Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is out on the patio answering your plant and garden questions. The number to call 608-270-9933. Hi, Lisa.
Hi there, Mark. How are you?
Great, beautiful weather.
It is gorgeous. It's much better sitting out here this Monday than it would have been last Monday when it was 90 degrees.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Get out and enjoy. Let's get to the calls. We'll start with Carrie from Wanakee. Hi, Carrie. What's your question? Carrie, you there?
Oh, I'm here. I'm sorry. So I want to transplant some perennials from my daughter's house. She's moving to her new house, but I won't be planting. They won't be planted for a couple days. So I'm just wondering, how do I go about doing that? Do I put them in some dirt and move them, or can they just be oatmeal?
It's not an ideal time to be transplanting perennials. So what you're going to want to do, since you have to, you're going to want to make sure that they're not in flower. So cut off any flower stems or any developing flower buds. And then I would just get some plastic pots, or sometimes if it's just going to be a couple of days and you keep them in the shade, you could put them in like plastic grocery sacks, but you're going to want to take a root ball with them. I would make sure that you water them well before you dig them out, and then keep them in a spot where it's shady or maybe has a little morning sun until you can plant them again. And I would use a root stimulator when you replant.
Okay. Good luck. Let's go to Doris now in Prairie du Sac. Hi, Doris.
Hi. I have grasshoppers all over my tomato plants and pepper plants. Is there any solution to that?
There are a number of insecticides that are safe for food crops. The most common one is called 8, like the number 8. What you have to do though is pay attention to the period of time that you have to wait between application and when you can harvest. And there's usually a pamphlet on the back of the bottle, so follow the package instructions. Don't overdo it. The other thing you can do with grasshoppers is just see if you can squirt them off with a hose or shake them off, that kind of thing. If they're not eating your tomato plant, then they're maybe just hanging out there. But there are options for insecticides that you can use. Just make sure it's one that's safe for food products or for food plants.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks for calling. Let's go to Ruth now in Sun Prairie. Hi, Ruth.
Hi. I'm just wondering how late in the season you can safely pick and use rhubarb, to either use it or freeze it.
You know, it just depends on how you take care of the plant. I think by now, once it starts to get hot and the plant really wants to bolt and send up flower stems, then there's just not a lot of flavor in it. This year was weird because it was hot and cold, and so it's kind of, you know, there's not a date per se. I've had people say like Father's Day or end of June, but basically once you start to see those flower stems come up and you don't cut them back, then there's not a lot of flavor left in the stems, so time to stop.
Okay, wait for spring. Let's go to Kim now in Edgerton. Hi, Kim. Kim, you there? Kim says
Hello.
Hi, go ahead, Kim.
Hi, how are you guys on this beautiful day?
Great. What's your question?
I have these plants I think are hostas. They're big leaves, good-sized plants. They have these big stalks that come up then they bloom with flowers. And I've noticed my neighbors have some of them, and theirs are blooming, and mine aren't blooming yet. And it's typically by now they're bloomed already. I'm wondering what I'm doing wrong.
I don't think you're doing anything wrong as long as the plants are healthy. A lot of people don't even like the flowers for hostas and cut them off before they even flower. There is a range of flower development from one variety to another, so yours just might be later than your neighbors. They might be getting more shade than your neighbors, and it might just be too that we're a couple weeks behind flower development, and so yours might just be a little bit slow. But if they don't flower at all, don't worry, it will not hurt the plants.
All right. And they're great for pollinators, those flowers.
They do. Hummingbirds like them.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're out of time. Thank you, Lisa, for coming out. Enjoy the weather.
I will. You too.
Thank you all for calling in, and we'll see you next week.